What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Deontay Wilder savagely responds to Floyd Money Mayweather, and he tells Floyd this. He says, "You salty because I didn't choose you. You always been against me." How do I respond to that? Let's start from the last part. Has Floyd Mayweather always been against Deontay Wilder? Yes, I have. Did it have anything to do with the unbeaten record? Well, I think it's vested interest that he didn't want Deontay Wilder to make or to beat his record, because then, regardless of what Mayweather's skill set is, regardless of his ring IQ, regardless of anything that he knows about the sport of boxing on the elite status, it wouldn't matter if a guy came along and beat his record. Okay, so I do believe that that had something to do with it. Now, Floyd saying that Deontay Wilder refused him, it could be somewhat of that, maybe, but at the end of the day, I think Floyd's accustomed to the spotlight, man. He know boxing. He's been boxing since he was a kid. And I think he knew when he got to the end of the Berto fight, he knew that this was going to be his last real bout. And he knew that. When you seen Floyd get on his knees and just kind of, you know what I mean? He knew this is going to be the end of it, because I won't do this again. And I'm thankful to still be able to do it. But he knew this was something that he couldn't continue to do. He knew that. Floyd knew that. And then, it's hard for someone that knew and has the boxing brain of Floyd to see a guy like Wilder come in, knock out a bunch of people that nobody fucking heard of, and then damn near gets to his status. And what I don't mean by money, I mean by popularity, because the same guys, the same reporters, Blue Blood, Dante's Boxing Nation, all 78 Sports, all these guys, right, used to be the same cats that ran after Floyd. So to see Floyd come back into the sport of boxing and witness that, hey, people, and he could just see the videos of what they're doing and the progress of what these journalists, who they're reporting, right? He can see that online. He don't have to, you know what I mean? He could just see like, they following Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, he can't even throw a jab. He slaps like my 13-year-old. He slaps like my 13-year-old. So when you hear that and you see that, but then it's like, well, wait a minute. This is the same guy that I'm blasting right now, that I know needs work, that I know that's limited, that I know he needs probably another trainer or whatever, or he will never be like I will be. That same dude coming in danger of taking over everything that you've done. But Floyd did it at a time where there wasn't a 24/7. You know what I mean? He started that. He created HBO 24/7. He was in the first one. Then Showtime All Access. So he went from HBO to Showtime, and then the social media came around and really blew it out of the water. Okay, because boxing went from this to that. Okay, and Floyd was around for all of that. Okay, so that's what that was. And Floyd, to see some guy that's really just reaping the benefits from social media and memes and stuff like that, creating casuals by one-punch knockouts and stuff like that, and Floyd using his shoulder roll and this, that, and his supreme cat-like reflexes to beat guys and stuff, a lot of people are overlooking that now. And of course, that didn't happen lately. What happened lately? Some UFC shit that Deontay Wilder has created. Bomb Squad! Over with. Right? People will remember that, and people will watch that again and again. People won't watch a 12-round fight. Not casuals. No. And Floyd knew this. Floyd knew, like, okay, well, I don't like this. I don't like this Deontay Wilder. He can't box. So when he seen somebody like Tyson Fury going in, right? Box. Okay, he knew, okay, well, there's a chance. That's someone similar to myself, not Deontay Wilder. But did that mean Deontay Wilder hated him or like disliked him? No. You know, I think Deontay Wilder is a guy that Floyd Mayweather is a guy that respects skill, and he knows who's marketable, who's profitable. He knows who's about that life. Okay? And like that's why he jailed with Anthony Joshua, because he knew this guy is a brand. I see this guy selling. I see this guy making a lot of money in this sport. Whereas Deontay Wilder was kind of hard to gauge. But he was just the guy that he's supposed to be that much familiar with, but he was really not. Okay, so, but again, it could have been for the following. So him saying, well, hey, you just hate I didn't pick you, but dude, let's counterpunch that. You still lost. Sure, Malik Scott was that guy, and then, if he's right, Floyd would feel rejected, but then if you lose, Floyd can come back. That's why you should have picked me. That's why you should have picked me. You should have picked somebody that took your dive. He took a dive for Deontay Wilder, and then got Deontay Wilder's ass whooped. So, those are the type of things that could happen that went through Floyd's mind that enticed Floyd to come back with the video that he came back with. So Deontay Wilder saying, hey, you salty. He may be a little salty or whatever. But I think he was less salty when he seen you get beat up. Hey, that's my opinion. Counterpunch. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Deontay Wilder's telling Floyd Money Mayweather that he's salty because he wasn't chosen to be his trainer and mentor. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.